Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, monsieur, et madame, et mademoiselle. Van, did you know that there's only that men only have Mr. and women have Miss and Mrs.? Patriarchy,
Yes, I
innit?
do. And so
The more I learn, the more I'm like, oh, I see why some of my friends say the patriarchy. Well, anyway, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the episode. If our voice sound, a bit tired, I'm sure midway through the energy will come up. But it's because we're recording this on a Monday evening, which is not when we
today's
normally
Tuesday, bro.
record. Oh, yeah. It was bank holiday. It was bank holiday. Yeah. How was your bank holiday? I went to see family. It was really good, actually. I went to see family.
Um, I what did I do? I didn't. So I worked. I worked because I'm traveling. So
Oh,
I can't. It's one of those things where I can't afford to take a day off. I've got too much to do to take a day off.
are they
And
gonna give it back to you in your annual leave?
no, so it's not. I just carried it over. So I take it in lieu, basically, so I could take it another day. It's just
Uh,
it was my choice to work because I've got a lot to kind of close and clean out. And I'm one of those people where when I'm going on holiday, I don't take many breaks, which I should stop. I should stop doing that. But when I do take breaks,
yeah.
I find it difficult to once again relinquish control of my work. So I
Mm.
always believe that people will do. Obviously, my colleagues have nice to me. When I'm on holiday, things don't fall to the wayside. They keep on top of my
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
But I always feel like you can't do it like I would. And it's always more difficult when I'm like on annual leave halfway through a project and I'm like, this 2 weeks I'm off. Like, you guys better not mess up what I've been working on for the past few weeks. Like, don't you
Dead.
dare. Um, yeah, so that's why I'm like really like, okay, if I leave it in a decent place, then I can
Then they
go
will
off and
mess it
enjoy
up.
my holiday and not feel as though like
Mm.
I've left it in the shambles. But obviously I'm in the same vein trying to pack. And obviously, when you go into Nigeria, for example, you have to do a lot of shopping. Obviously, because we're going to be there for
Yeah.
2 weeks, there's family to give stuff to, and all that stuff. So it's just a lot of stuff. And then obviously, I'm still trying to keep up with my routine. Um, and I feel as though that it's interesting because I feel as though my routine has given me stability because it's helped kind of keep me grounded.
Mm.
Because I feel like I would be more overwhelmed if I wasn't exercising. Because exercising actually helps like regulate my emotions. So I feel like
Okay.
at least I still have that. And work is not work. My work isn't predictable at all, but it's predictable in the sense that I start at 9 and finish at half. Like that part of it
Mm.
it still gives me some kind of structure. So I just have to work around everything else. There's obviously stuff I'm trying to do for my business as well. That's taking up a bit of time, more time than I thought it would. Um, And yeah, so it's I'm tired. I'm very tired.
No, I feel
I'm tired. I'm tired.
I'm tired the opposite end because all my work is a mess at the moment.
Oh,
Everything is a
uh,
mess. Sprint plan, not very happy with what the next sprint is looking like. My own
ooh,
personal projects, paperwork I need to sort out. It's just everything is just like yeah, is just a lot. It's been a long week. I think because yesterday was the bank holiday, I felt like today was Monday. So I don't even feel like it's gonna be a 4 day week. It feels like I'm going to have a solid 5 day week because I need to like sit up and get stuff done, which is just long. I need a break. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've had a break this year.
like a solid like 1 week
Yeah, except for the bank holidays,
at
I've
a day
not had
off.
time off. Yeah,
That's not good. You're gonna burn out. Take a break.
yeah, maybe like 1 day or two. I know there was one time I was sick because of my stomach, and other than that, I don't remember having taken. But you said, you know what I did? I booked my December off.
Yeah. Well, you did a lot in that December though.
No, I booked this coming December.
Or you've booked the whole thing off.
Yeah, well, not the whole thing, like 2 weeks. So
That's all right.
I booked in Fate. That's what I did. Well, yeah, I've not booked. I know like June. I'll have a bit of time off in June. I should take some time off around my birthday and extend it. Like,
Oh yeah, your birthday.
yeah.
That's
So
that's come. Wait, that's next month.
yeah,
That's
that's next month.
that's exactly a month from today,
So
actually. Oh dear. Oh, happy birthday. Anyway.
thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, that's yeah. But what's been happening in the world? First of all, have you? The internet is so interesting, right?
What's happened?
I can't believe this thing took so much traction that we're actually discussing a 100 men versus one gorilla.
No, I'll tell you what. I tell you what. I tell you what. I tell you what. I feel like we're grasping at straws at this point. I feel like
For
we want to talk about anything else but our problems. Because how the
what the people of the
hell?
world,
I'm telling you,
and it's always getting so much traction.
there is so much going on in the world for
Like,
us to debate who is
can
going
we
to
talk
win.
about what did Jaden Smith say? Can we talk about the political state of or the climate of the political state and the economy? That's what we need to be talking about. Because why did I see today 100 Brits versus 100 Americans? I'm just like, leave the Americans alone and like just let's
How,
focus on the
but,
fact that some people are voting reform. Let's
okay, do you
let's
know what? Yeah,
focus on that.
when I
Like,
was when I said I was learning French, yeah, you guys said, "Ah, Vanessa's doing the most." One day you'll wake up and I'll be in Montreal because the way that the UK is going,
but
I
is
don't
Canada
want to. I
even
don't. No, I tell you what. I tell you what. You
Canada
know,
has their own issues right now. So
I
I
know, but
don't
you know,
even know.
everyone says, you know, the grass is greener where you water it. Hey, I'll go and water over there. I'll take my water over there.
Wait, would
No,
you
because would I what?
do you know this person on YouTube called Lamide? I believe that's her name. She lives in like multiple countries and she talks about like setting up her life. So she has like set up that in a particular period of the year she's in Dubai, another particular time she's in South Africa, then another time
No,
she's
but
in the
do you
UK.
know what's interesting is the fact that one of my best friends, she constantly has a go at me because I have a job that allows me work anywhere in the world. I
Wait,
can go and
your
live.
remote is not just to the
It's
UK.
not to the UK. I can live wherever I want. So, if for
Van, I'm
example,
so
I
jealous.
if I say I want to go live, because the truth is like I would just be paid obviously in pounds because I'm British and I live here. So technically I live
Van, I am
here.
so
But
jealous.
I have a lot of colleagues. Like I have colleagues who do like long distance relationships. So they'll go to the US for like a month and work from there. I have another colleague whose partner is in Italy. So they go. I have another colleague whose family is in Italy. So they will go like maybe 2 weeks in a month. They'll go work from Italy. Um, but the thing is, as I said, the flexibility of my job for me, it's more for my sanity as opposed to the opportunity it regards me. So regards me, oh my god, I can't remember, that's not the word I was supposed to use. That's incorrect grammar. But anyway, affords me, sorry. So
Mm.
it affords me like the ability to go work anywhere else. But my thing is it's so flexible that I can work from home. And because I can work from home, I have autonomy over how I use my time. I also don't enjoy traveling. So I appreciate the destination when I'm there, but the traveling to the airports in general, I get very agitated. If you've ever traveled with me, it's not fun, right? I'm not a fan. I feel like
Mm.
I like active hours in the sense that I want to be sleeping or watching TV, or I don't like to just bounce. So in the airport, you're there, you go check in security, and then you're waiting for your gate to open, and then you're waiting to board, and then you're waiting to arrive, and then
Yeah, but
there is a lot of waiting.
Ron,
Yeah. So,
after after
but
the
however, I think
traveling,
I
after
think
the airport,
yeah. Uh,
after the traveling and the airport, and so you and our love can literally just be together for like 6 weeks in Lagos working.
I don't
You're
want to
telling
work from
me
Lagos.
it's an option. I'm not saying you have to go work from
We
Lagos, but
okay.
I'm saying
We'll go somewhere. We'll go to Cyprus. We'll go to Malta. Yeah, it's very possible. Yeah, it's fine.
I
And
am actually
my work
jealous.
tends to suggest it a lot. They'll be like, Vanessa, like, like, because I said I was going tonight for 2 weeks. They said, you can like literally go for a month and just take your laptop with you and take 2 weeks off for annual leave, use the other 2 weeks and work from there. And I'm like, honestly, I also don't believe in work. Like, how do I say it? So I don't. My previous job, obviously, I traveled for this job as well. But my previous job, I traveled a lot. Like, I was always in one country or another. And I think because I associated traveling with work, maybe that's why it killed it for me. But also, I feel as
Mm.
though if I'm abroad on holiday, I want to be abroad on holiday. If I'm abroad for work, I want to be abroad for work. So I don't like the idea
No,
of
this what the one I'm suggesting is
working
you
with the
you you be
beach in the
abroad for work.
background, and then when I finish, I'll go out. No, if I see the beach, I want to be on it. I don't want to have my laptop and then have blue skies in the background. I won't concentrate. Let me know that I'm here. Let me leave my work here. Let me leave my
Mm.
work here and let me go. Right. But it is flexible. But I think if I keep this job when I'm married, I think it will help. It will change it as well. Because even with my former job and this one, sometimes people take their spouses with them, and then they would do like 2, 3 days of work, and then they would do like 4 days after in whatever country that we're in.
Uh,
Um, so that would make it sweet. Because I can't
I
lie,
am actually
five
envious
star
of.
hotel somewhere abroad, all expenses paid. It's not bad, but as I said, it's me, myself, and I. So it does make things a bit boring. Um, so
Mm.
we'll see what happens. But yeah, I feel
My
like
my
I don't
other
know if the
issue is
UK
that
is for me
I
though.
don't see that's okay. So that's another thing, right? Because I've been
Mm,
thinking, and even with like having kids and all those type of things,
mm,
and my friends are like, oh, England doesn't pay well, especially like the type of jobs I do. Yeah, but I've just never thought of living somewhere else. I am not adventurous. Never mind that adventurous to be like I want to relocate to another country.
mm,
It never crossed my mind. I think also maybe because I was always oh, this is the cards you've been dealt. So you do with that what you
mhm,
make the most of that what you can, right? So it's never crossed my mind, but it's a conversation that's been coming up a lot. And then I'm having to sit and think, hold on, okay, my dad migrated, so me and my siblings can have a better life and passport. Do I have to actually think of what that would look like for me and my kids? Do I have to
yeah.
think about that? But I'm just like, I like I think my thing is I like the proximity to my friends and family. And if I go stay in a place like Canada, America, that journey to get back to like Nigeria or the UK or Europe
Mm,
is long
it
because
is. It
it's
is.
6 hours flight to fastest flight is like 6-7 hours to Lagos.
Mhm, mm,
If I go through France, maybe 9-11 hours depending on layover time. Belgium is an hour flight, 2 hours on the train. You can even take a coach from London to Belgium, to Paris. You can travel multiple European countries without, breaking the bank and all that type of stuff. So when I think about like the idea of living elsewhere, I think that's my biggest issue. And I've never been
mm,
someone that money has never always been for me the determining factor as to why I would do something. So even if
same.
people are like, "Oh, you can earn more," I'm usually like, "Yeah," but that's because I've never seen money as like the
Like a
most important
motivation.
thing. Yeah, for me
I'm the
to,
same. And I feel
you
like,
know.
for example, someone like me in my industry, I would rake it in Niger. I have an uncle, like, he's always talking about how, oil and gas, like, go to Niger, go to Niger. And I'm like, honestly, for me, I've always been, as I said, I'm driven by comfort, but I also like my peace and quiet. And I feel like when people talk about the UK, yeah, the UK is, but at the same time, it's like, how do I say it? I don't think we've explored the UK enough. So, for example, would I want to raise my kids in London? No. I don't think I see myself raising my kids in London. I feel like I want them to have flexibility, like in the kind of space that they have in the house that I buy, for example, garden, a nice
Mm.
remote area. You know, is I want like obviously like I live outside London, so the cost of living is cheaper. It's lower. So the only thing I'm obviously a bit concerned about is the accent, but we can work on that. It's fine. Like my cousins don't
You're
have
gonna
like
sound
an
like a proper Scouser, lad.
no. Okay, I would never take my kids up north. Never, never.
Excuse me.
I can't even raise my kids in Birmingham. I'm sorry. Like that accent is not it. Anyway,
There's nothing wrong with a Scouse accent, please. Let's. I think we need
there's
to
nothing.
stop.
I never said there's
We
anything
need.
wrong. I don't want my
Yeah, but
children to have a
you
Scouse
said
accent.
I will never. Yeah, but then that makes it sound like there's something wrong with the accent.
I don't want my kids to have a Scouse accent. It doesn't make it bad. It would be different if I said I don't want my kids to have a Scouse accent because it is this and that and the other. That's my preference, and I would rather they didn't have a Scouse accent.
You know they can code switch, right? So there's nothing wrong with them being up north.
It doesn't matter.
People
I'd
up
rather
north are
not.
very friendly, just so you
They're
know.
not. I've been up north enough to know that
No,
they're not.
Liverpool people are very friendly.
Okay,
Okay,
let's specify Liverpool.
I don't know about okay, maybe not the rest of the up north, but I know for sure we people and people from Liverpool are very friendly.
Good
So
for you.
yeah,
Good for you.
I'm
But
gonna have all
anyway,
my
so
scousers come for you.
that's your business. You think I care? You must think I give a hoot about these people. I don't.
Excuse me. Can we mind about how we talk about people? These people? What is
I don't
these people?
because you said they're gonna come for me. So there's these people, because the people I know and I care about would not come for me like that. So if they're gonna come for me, they're these people. Because they surely can't be kind people who are gonna come for me for saying absolutely nothing wrong. It's like that,
Okay.
it's like the whole discourse of people who say, oh, I wouldn't date a black woman, she's not my preference. Okay, that's fine. Now, when you say I wouldn't date a black woman because black women are this and that,
No,
then I
but
have
that's
a
the thing.
problem.
It's a way of like, because you said it like, oh, I don't want my son to marry a black woman. That's the way you said it.
Okay, good. Okay.
Do you see the difference? Which is like, so like it's like what's wrong with the way it's like I
It's
don't want
like
my
saying
child
I
to
don't
marry
want
a
my
black
kids to
person.
go to public school. Like it's a preference. Like, okay, I went to public school.
Yeah, I know it's a
But
preference, but I'm saying
the only reason you think no,
the
the only reason you
delivery
think that is
sounded
because you're Scouse. That's why.
the delivery you gave sounded very much like I wouldn't want my child to marry a
No,
black person.
no
That
okay.
was the delivery you
I
gave.
would honestly I don't want my kids to have a Scouse accent.
Yeah, you say, oh, I like ideally I'll prefer if my child didn't have a Scouse accent, so I wouldn't come up north. It's different from like
Semantics.
you. It's not semantic.
Semantics.
Oh my god!
Semantics.
If
I'm sorry.
I can't believe I'm about to make this argument. But if a man
Go
was to
on.
say it's a certain way, suddenly it's
No. If okay, if a man said what? Give me an example. Give me an example.
I'm
I
not
don't
giving no
understand.
example. I am not giving no freaking example. I know the internet very well. I am not giving an example. I
Okay,
think
that's
people
your
understand.
business.
I think people
As I
understand the
said,
point
it's all
I
right for
was
me to
trying
have my
to.
preference if I'm not dumbing down something else to make my point. I don't see a reason why I can't
I'm just saying
specify what I want.
the delivery sounded as though
And
you were
I
dumbing
I
down.
also insist that the reason you're taking this personally is because you're Scouse.
You know, sometimes is this one I don't get right.
It's like when
Some
a man
people
says he won't date a
wait.
dark-skinned woman, a lot of people who feel a type of way about it are dark-skinned women. Why? Because they personalize it. Like,
No,
oh, so you wouldn't
again,
date me. Oh, so but
again.
your mom is dark-skinned. Your sister's dark-skinned.
But again, my thing is about the tone in which it's not. There's no issue with you saying you don't want your child to
So
have a Scouse
are you
accent.
saying that my tone made it sound like it's a disgusting accent to have?
Yeah, because
I would
the
rather my
choice
kids
of
didn't have
words
a Scouse
and the
accent.
way you delivered it. This is different. You said I would rather, But the way you
Okay, are
delivered
you
it
are
the
you are
first
you
time,
aware? Are you aware that I
it
would raise my kids in Scotland, for example? Because the Scottish accent is my
again,
favorite accent. I don't want them to have
okay,
a South
again, choice
accent
choice of words. When you were about to say, "Oh, the reason I'll let them have a Scottish is because it's my favorite accent." When you were saying that, I'm just saying tone and delivery matters. And also, I'm starting to learn that a lot of people, why is it hard to just say like, okay, you know what, fair enough, that's not what I meant. Why is that so hard?
because that's not what I meant. But it's going to sound as though I'm trying to defend like something that I said that was wrong. Okay. On behalf of myself and I would like to apologize to the Scouse community. I promise you guys, I also do the accent very well. So it's not as though I'm looking down on it. I actually think I don't want to say too much, but I like the accent is funny. It's just like I've just never pictured my kids having this Scouse accent. So I don't think I would want to raise them up north for that fact. Also, I haven't had like the best experience visiting up north, so I wouldn't even live there. So put the
Yeah,
kids
see, if
aside,
you're
I
saying
wouldn't
things
live
like
there.
that, I'll be like, oh
So
yeah,
no, no,
fair
no, no, no. But
enough.
even if I said that, people could still come for me, B, and say, "Well, are you trying to say that up north is not safe? Are you trying to say they're racist? Are you trying to say like I can't win?" That's why I'm just saying that I won't. I don't need to give reasons because if I give reasons, there's always going to be someone to say, "Well, not everyone is like that. It's safe. It's nice. I grew up here. My great
Mm,
grandparents were born here, and all that stuff." So it just gets into like it spirals into an argument. So I am very sorry. Like I didn't mean to cause offense, so I apologize.
thank you.
Okay?
Not that hard sometimes. Women. And
It's
that
not
is where I just lost all the women listening, and they're gonna shoot me now for finishing my
nah,
statement with
it's
women.
fine. It's fine, honestly. It's fine, honestly. I just feel like do you know what I found? Yeah, as I've grown, I found that I have a more live and let live approach and live and let live mentality in life now, which is that
Mm.
do what you must. Like I used to be very I used to be that person where it's like, for example, I don't want this to be a thing. I used to kind of turn my nose up at people who wouldn't date their own race. Not like in a way of, you date like I'm a black woman who dates white women or you're a black man that dates Asian women. That's not the issue. The issue is that it's a blanket, I don't date my race. I used to find that very disturbing until I did something, yeah. And I was like, I think we tend to like disregard people's upbringing as well. Because I know there was that whole discourse about this. My English today. There's this whole thing about that girl that said she didn't have black friends growing up and everything. And I realized that
Oh,
a lot of people, depending on the area, even in the area of the UK that you grew up in, it does affect your dating choices. So I'll make you laugh. Growing up, I had a crush when I was
you're
like,
gonna tell me you liked white boys or something?
not even that. So growing up, when I lived in Nigeria, I had a crush when I was like 5, 6 years
Oh,
old. Yeah, I
how
actually
you having
spoke to
crushes at
him
5, 6?
because I had a crush. He was cute. Anyway, that was the only black boy I would say I ever crushed on. And then I moved to the UK. And I would say my next black crush after that would be like uni. Because my school was obviously I grew up in London, and so my school was very multicultural. There was
Mm.
I think every possible nationality was represented in that school. Like we had people from Yemen, all right? Like everyone was there. So I found out that was when I realized I liked Asian guys. Plus, I grew up watching Nollywood. Hi, Shah Rukh Khan. Hi, I'm Taba Chan. Thank you. Love you guys. I know you guys are old and you're my dad's age, but I don't care. You're still cute. Anyway, so um, a lot of the guys I grew up around a lot of Chinese guys, Nepalians, Burmese. So I liked my Asian guys, Indian. Oh, there's a lot of Indian guys. There's even a lot of Somalians in my school, Eritreans, Ethiopians. So my taste was very, diverse. Now I have friends who lived in parts of the UK where, for example, they'll tell you I was the only black girl in my school. There was
Mm.
only 3 black girls in my school. So their dating pool or people that they saw around them weren't black. Also, and my friend gave me this example. So she's on dating apps, right? And she speaks a bit of Spanish. She speaks Spanish, Portuguese, and English. So when she puts her languages in the dating app, what the app gives her are basically native speakers of those languages. So most of her
Oh.
matches are Caucasian
Mm.
because except you were like maybe first, second gen Spanish or Portuguese or French, for example, most of your matches are going to be white because you speak Portuguese, French, Spanish, Italian, right?
Mhm.
So it's the same way I've just realized that everyone is allowed to have their preferences. I, however, draw the line where when you kind of demean a particular race or particular preference to suit your own. So I've heard guys say, black guys, Nigerian guys, Ghanaian guys say, I don't date black girls. They're too sassy. They're too loud. And I'm thinking to myself, that makes no sense to me. Now I can understand you saying you are more attracted to white people, you're more attracted to Asians, you're more attracted to black people. That is fine. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But why must you demean people? Like I've had people say, "Oh, I like my girls big bum, small boobs." So what should I put my own? Like I don't understand. Like it doesn't. That's what you like, and we're happy for you. God bless you. Do you
Why?
understand?
What do you go on? I don't know why
No,
you're trying
because
to
because
press
you're
that.
because you're
Did I
nodding your
say
head like
anything?
someone's about to give you £1 million. Like just keep
Oh
nodding your
my
head.
bloody
But do you
days,
see what I'm
fam.
saying? So like you don't need to demean one to accept the other. And I also believe like I am never going to be everyone's cup of tea. I don't like everyone, so I don't expect everyone to like me either. But you don't need to say, oh, black women. Oh, I can't date people who are thingy. Side note, guys, I'm not guys, please. I need to change how I dress. I don't know. B, I need you to help me because people say it, but I don't see it. I think it depends on what I'm wearing. A lot of people say I don't look my age, which I don't believe because I feel like I'm my age. So by default, I look my age. But guys my age don't move to me. And I don't like it. And I am
Oh, I
coming
have
on
another
here
friend.
publicly to beg you guys to leave me alone. Like, it's not even like I'm
So
31, right? It's not like they're 29, no. If you were born after 2000, I'm your mom. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you can't, mate. In fact, there was a guy that I'm talking to. Anyway, so he was 30. No, he was about to turn 30. And I said, like, I was just thinking to myself, like,
he was about to turn 30. That's
he's
not
about
bad
to.
now.
I know. And the thing is, I don't even have a problem with that. But it seemed as though he, like, as
He
we
thought
got
you were going
taught,
to be younger.
no, he knew my age. He was fine with my age. But it was almost as
So what's
though,
wrong with that?
no, I'm getting there. So it was almost as though because he was conscious of my age, even though he didn't mind, it made him a bit more sensitive to whatever I said.
Mm.
So it's like, for example, like if I'm talking to you, B, like you're older than me, for example. So if I'm talking to you, you would never like you could say, oh, Van is rude or Van just disrespected me, like in the way of like friends disrespecting friends. It would never be because, oh, is it because you're older than me? And
Oh.
yeah, do you know what I mean? And I just feel I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know. And
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like plus Gen Zs, you guys need to slow down on the booze
On
and the
the
Mary Jane and the hookah because you guys are looking older
I
than
don't
your
think that's why they look
age.
at the older. I think it's just a dressing.
I'm talking about men and women. Like, you guys are
No,
looking older.
I think it's just a dressing. Although I would say I have a friend, the Amamiya bags, the and she had someone who was in second year of uni moved to her.
I think the young. I think the
And me and her
I've had
this
someone from 2003.
I had that cool. Cougar?
2003. Guys, I was born
You
in
don't want to do it.
1993. I was born in 1993. Like
You don't want to tap into your Cougar era,
I
which
don't. I'm too young. I'm too young. I'm sorry. Like I'm
you know,
sorry. I'm sorry. Like
get some
I
young
don't know.
loving. You know,
And B, please. And I don't know if it's because I look
I'd be
young
love
or because they
you
like
and I
older
will
women.
love you until you learn. Who sang that one? To
Neo.
love
But
yourself.
guys,
Oh,
it's just
okay, I was
it's
looking
a
for a
PS it's a
younger singer.
PSA.
You
It's a
know, get into your
PSA. I'm
Sean.
begging you.
Your Sean Mendes. You know,
No.
your
But you know what's
Harris.
interesting? A lot of my friends, let me not even put them on blast, but I have friends, Sha. A lot of them date like they date younger guys. And it's fine. And they're loving it.
Mm.
And like they vibe, the aesthetics are
Do
giving.
you know a
It's
funny
just
thing?
I don't know. I don't know if I could date like a 25-year-old. I'm sorry. If you're
You
younger
know
than
the
my
funny thing
brother, you're too
is
young.
the funny thing is I actually like women my age,
Good
or
for
literally
you.
like very close to my age, which my mom found when my mom was like, huh? Because I was telling, there was one time I was telling her like, they were naming some age. I was like, please, that's literally, that's like a child to me.
Mm.
And they're like, you can't, typical African beliefs and whatnot. No, you can't be dating someone your age. Da, 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 da. Women mature faster than men. Women get older than men. I'm just like, nah, I like women. Like, I don't know what it is, you know. It just has to
Mm.
be. I've spoken to women who are older than me as well, so you know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's the thing. For me, I feel like it's all about your like mentality. And this is what I always say. It's like when it comes to anything from your salary to your physique to your job to your age, I'm quite like, I'm not too I won't say I'm not fussy, but I feel like there's a lot more that I could be like I could scrutinize aside those things. But it seems as though those people tend to, you know, like have the issue with
mm.
me. Because the truth is, I'm good. Look, if you're my husband, you're my partner, I believe that I have the right to see you finish. Meaning, I will talk to, no, it's true. Okay, I'm sorry. Do you know that you could be 50?
See,
If I'm your
no,
wife,
explain the C finish.
I'm going to see you finish, which means I'm sorry, but we're not hiding anything from each other. So I will talk to you whichever way I want. Don't take that to mean disrespect, by the way.
Yeah, but
I'm
when you
just
do
I'm just
it,
saying for
I,
like
I
see
feel like
no see you
we are not.
finish.
I feel like
See you
we are not
finish.
synced up today
No no
because
no
the choice of words
no
of "see you finish" literally mean I there is no respect or regard for you.
no
That's
oh
"see
oh no
finish."
oh okay no okay, so see you finish me for me, this I always, maybe I've been saying it wrong this whole time. It just means that we have no skeletons. So
No, that's not
basic,
"see finish."
is
You've
that
been
not what it
using "see
means?
finish." "See
Oh
finish"
so
is
see
like
oh no.
if I say so you don't see me finish, Abby, is you literally have no respect or regard for me
Oh,
anymore.
okay,
That's why you can say
I take that back. I
anything.
take that back. I
Yeah,
take
so
that back.
please do not see
So
your husband finish.
it means that we're extremely vulnerable with each other, which means if you're 50 years old and you're my husband, I'm going to rub your head. I'm going to tell you to pick your boxes off the floor if it's on the floor. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you are younger than me, I'm going to speak to you the same way I would if you were older than me. So you
Okay.
can't
I think
come to
we
me
need
and be like,
to.
babe, you can't talk to me
So
like, is it so is it because you're older than me?
you're at this moment as a guy, you're giving mixed signals. So I'm going to interview you a bit so we can clarify some things. Because you're on one end, you're saying, "Oh, they're moving to me." Then on the other end, you're saying, "Even if you are this, I will speak to you like this." So it now feels like, so can we actually move to you? So Van, let's do a quick profile building of your dating. So imagine we were going to
What the
put you on a dating
hell?
website. So we'll put this out. And so
Oof.
Van, what is your
Mm,
name? We don't need your surname, but what's your name?
Van
Or
V.
what's your first name?
My name is Vanessa.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
What's the age range of
Wait,
men
are
that
you
you would
trying to
date?
build my online profile on this podcast? Are you well?
What's the age range of men? That's why I said don't give us mixed signals. What's the age range of men you would date?
I think the highest I would go is 5 years older than me,
And the
and the
younger?
youngest I will go is 2 years younger than me.
Okay, so you'll be 32 this year.
So I would not date anyone who is not 20, who is younger than 29.
Okay. All right. Physical preference.
I would rather you weren't shorter than me.
How tall are you?
5'5". So I'd rather you're
Okay,
not
so
shorter
five
than
eight
me.
and above.
5'8" works
Because
perfect.
you don't really wear a lot of, you
I
don't
don't
wear like
I don't wear
five
heels
inch.
much. No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. I
So
will most likely be in trainers.
all
Sorry,
right.
babe. Yeah.
Okay. So the reason I ask physical preference, not type, because I think if they put people of certain
You didn't ask my
personality,
gender
wait now,
preference though.
wait, if they put people of certain personalities that is the exact same and they meet all that personality trait you want, then it
Mm,
boils down to physical preference. So
mm,
now, personality wise, what
mm.
are you looking for? I know you want someone
I,
that can cook. Just give us like 3, 4 things. Don't overthink it. So someone that can cook.
personality. I want
Yeah.
somebody that's funny because I'm not a serious
Okay.
person. Yeah, so I want someone
Funny.
that has a very good sense of humor. I want somebody who's very well read, and I'm not talking academics. I'm talking you're conscious about the environment, so you know. Like I'm not gonna speak about something that's gonna fly over your head, except it's very niche. You need to
Okay.
be aware of, yeah, because it makes games night fun.
Mm,
Um, I also like somebody that's kind, not nice,
okay.
kind.
Kind. And guys, the reason she didn't put Christian is because ideally you would be a Christian. So we're
That's a
not
deal
putting
breaker.
the obvious ones.
Yeah.
Any nationality, ethnicity? I mean, you just told us you like your Asian men, so I'm guessing South Korean is fine. I'm guessing
I
Indian is
mean,
fine.
I told you that was my youth. That was my past. No, but
Oh, so
for real, I realized that in the past, I think post uni, I'm liking my black men. Now,
mm,
nationality,
now
not
you're
fussed.
liking the back. That's what
Not like
we are
now,
forced to nationality. We are forced. If your passport doesn't have visas attached to it, sort that out first before you move to her. I'm just saying, if your passport requires you to have visas and you've not sorted out visas,
guys. Please,
I'm saying that on behalf of my friend.
I can't
So
even. I'm sorry.
because
As
I'm
much
just
as
saying.
as much as I don't like traveling, I travel a lot.
So
And
let's not. Yeah.
please,
So we care about we don't care about the nationality, but please sort out your
your
requirements.
travel requirements,
Yeah,
c'est là.
exactly. Because that's how I wanted to do 30th birthday to Bali. I thought, in my ignorance of the privileges I was raised with, let me put it like that, Abby. In my ignorance of the privilege, I said, we are all going. And I planned like late. So I planned it like 6 months before. And then people started saying, you do not have to apply for visa. Like more than 5 people in the list. And I was like, really? Can you not just come there? I was like, okay, so what's the process? They're like, there is no Indonesia. Like, I was like, oh, yeah.
Fair,
And then,
fair.
okay.
Oh,
What
we're
else?
still going.
Yeah, we're still going. We're still going. We're still going. What's one meal? No, that's us. I want to say what's one meal they can cook, but that's us cheating. That's cheat code. Guys, I'm sorry. I know I'm a fellow guy, but I'm not going to give you cheat codes here. Like, I'm not going to be asking her, what's your ideal first date? And then you guys will know to pen it down. Like, you have to figure that out
My friend's
for
actually
yourself.
selling me now. This is where my life is
I'm
at.
not. I'm just saying. I will clip it up, put it out, and um, yeah, it'll be the first clip to go out from this episode. I'll clip it
Fine,
up and put it
fine.
out. I've never been on like a dating app, so I don't know what other questions they ask. But you don't care about nationality. We do care now about income. Again, things I will mention on her behalf. After, if you've listened to the last episode, you know that was scrapping the 20 something K for your income. Because if you are between the ages of 29 to 36, then you would have started your career a fair bit. And I know, and there's caveat, there's grace, but I'm saying ideally, know how to drive. No, I know how to drive. Have a driver's license, um, so you can be legal. Yes, don't worry, Van. This one I'm saying on your behalf. Have a driver's license.
So you're not asking me questions anymore. You're now telling me
Don't
what I
worry,
want.
because if you say it, the guys will be like, "Oh my God, she's so materialistic." Yes, her name is materialistic, and for short,
Matty for
we call her Matty for short.
sure. My name is
Exactly.
Matty.
So, yeah, vanity upon vanity, but there was still vanity mentioned, so you need
I
a
mean,
bit of it.
Vanity, Vanessa, it's like giving.
So please drive. It makes going to the airport easier. It makes going on dates easier. Just say you don't want to go on date and now you have to take train. You are not calculating, then the train now delayed. Then you are not there at the train station alone after you've had a lovely date. Don't. There's a reason. There's a reason we're
This is
saying
a
these
mess.
things. Yeah. So
A mess.
we don't have industry for you prefer, like you've heard her say she can travel anywhere in the world. So are you good for long distance?
No,
No long distance.
like distance relationship.
Yeah.
Never.
You're allowed to travel
I don't
for
care.
work.
No. If I cannot drive and see my man in 3 hours, it's too much. I'm telling you, I can't do it.
So Belgium is fine, France is fine,
No, I don't. No,
Amsterdam is fine. Those you can totally do that travel, Van. There is a port,
no.
Midlands or
B,
not.
you know, you
You
don't.
don't
You
have
don't.
to go to Dover. You
No,
don't
no,
have
no,
to go to
no,
Dover.
no. You don't understand. You don't understand. I mean, like, it's 3 a.m. Can I see him at 6? Like, I'm not doing no. Okay. I'm gonna explain something to you, and
Why you want to say my 6?
I'm gonna explain something to you.
Why
Be
are you
quiet.
waking up at 3 a.m. because you want to see
Okay.
man?
Can I speak? First of
Eh?
all, it was a random example. It was a random example, but since you
Why,
want me to
out
go
of the
there,
abundance of the heart,
the
the
mouth
mouth
speaks.
speaketh. So if that's your
You
random example,
okay?
Van,
I,
Van,
I,
Van. Hey, 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 hey.
I'm gonna.
Mm, mm,
Listen.
mm,
This is my thing.
mm.
Yeah. This is my thing. And this is what a topic I didn't want to talk about because I don't have the time for you people today. But I feel like for me, closeness, like I've seen the effort I've had to put into my friendships because of distance. So pretty much all my close friends live far, far.
Yeah, fair enough.
And the effort that I've had to put in to keep that line going, to make sure that our friendship still stands, to make sure it's still good quality, to make sure we're not missing out on each other's milestones is a lot. It's expensive and it's draining. Um, so I don't want
That
that
is
with my
true.
partner. I especially want to date somebody that his shoulders are not far, right? What? Do you see what I'm saying?
That's a
Because
nice way to
ultimately
put it.
there's only so much you can do over the phone. Like
That's a nice
even
way to
if
put it.
I'm
His
emotional,
shoulders are
you
not
want to.
far.
They're not far. Like
Mm.
so, I would rather do someone who lives in the same city as me. Hours drive, two tops. If I'm being honest with you, because I believe that that whole absence makes the whole like heart grow fonder. I don't believe in that at all. I actually believe it creates distance. And I understand that, for example, because we live in in a way where social media has made people feel closer than they actually are. You don't realize how bad it is. Like, for example, say we've
It's
had an
tough
argument.
for
It's
as someone
tough
who is an expert and I've done multiple long distance. It
and it's all
is
by
tough.
choice. So I'm not even listening to that. But I feel as though because of first of all, because of my age, I feel like I wouldn't necessarily have an extended courtship of like 2-3 years. So I want to get
Mm.
to know you, and the way I will get to know you is being around you often in certain situations. So if we're always talking on the phone, I can't feel your energy if I've said something you don't like. Like you can say you don't like it, but I also want to know what your countenance is like, because even if you don't say, "Babe, you upset me," I need to know that I've upset you by the way that your
Yeah.
shoulder moves, by the way, like I want to know that, and I want us to also have
Studying of the
experiences
body language.
because I'm a body linguist, so I always go by energy. Like your mouth can be
Ah,
saying something, but I'll give you an example. So a friend of mine treated me very poorly, and she might watch this because she was mad at me. For 2 years, she punished me. For 2 years. And she didn't know I knew.
But
And
why
then
didn't
one
you say
day,
anything?
I didn't, I was like, you know what? I don't know what I've done. And I don't know if she was having a moment. And that moment spiraled into about 2 years. And then
Ah,
she
nah, you
called
gotta say
me.
something.
She called me a random day, emotional, apologizing, saying she can't believe she let this go on for long. She treated me poorly, and blah, blah, blah. And I said to her, I said, I knew. She went, what do you mean? And then I started to list scenarios.
Yeah, but well, okay, that's
And
a topic for another day,
no, no,
Sha,
no, but
because
like it,
that's
it
a
was, it was,
whole
no, it was literally
delving
pass. It
topic.
was literally passive aggression because not only do you know the person, you would never guess that that person could ever do something like that to me. And
No,
so,
I'm talking about the fact that you knew and you let it
yeah, no, but
go
I,
on.
I, I, I let it slide because I felt like by the time it got into a boiling point, I didn't care because it was, how do I say it? The person was passive
See,
aggressive.
that's the
So
thing.
they
That's the
would do
thing.
it in the,
Your
in, no,
care then goes down, and
yeah,
yeah,
do you understand? And so like, I want to know,
you
like,
gotta say stuff like that,
if
man.
I've rubbed someone the wrong way, especially if I'm in the same room with them, I know. And once I ask
Mm.
you, are you okay? I know that your energy's changed based off of something I've just done. Like I know. So I want to be in close proximity with my partner. And before all you Christians go like, is it because you want guys want to be touching each other? The truth is that I want to be around this person because I care about them. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I would rather not do long distance because I want to I want to get used to being around you. Because the truth is, except we knew each other prior, if we do long distance without like after knowing each other prior, then it makes more sense because we've established that physical relationship like within close proximity of each other. And then if we're always like almost like they're away, it's not like we're now meeting each other and it's like,
Uh,
do you know what I mean? So that's
and
my
then
thing. So
when they come
I
back
would
from a
not do long
trip,
distance.
you can go see each other. Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so
I go love,
anyone.
oh, I
Sorry,
go
I
love.
don't. You're not anyway.
Uh,
So that no long distance. To answer your question in a very long-winded way, no long distance, please. I'm not a fan. Sorry. Sorry.
yeah. Oh, I go love. So yeah, if any of you are interested, feel free to send us a
Sorry.
message at Banter and Belief, both Instagram and what do you call it? And TikTok. You could always send an email to banter and believe at gym. Is it banter and believe pod or just banter and believe? Let me double
Banter
check
and belief.
that.
Why am I even correcting you? Yeah, banter and belief pod.
Banter and believe at gmail.com. Yeah, and just put the title "Take Van on a Date," and see, we go straight to the point. There is no, don't do no.
Okay.
I'm calling to double check. No, if you're serious, just do Take Van on a Date. You have about 3 weeks to prepare, 4 weeks to prepare. We'll put the date for in June after the season is over, and you can do your thing. So yeah, so 2 hours drive. So we're talking places like Birmingham, Leicester. Leicester, yeah, Leicester is within 2 hours drive. Manchester is a bit over 2 hours. London, a bit of a stretch. And who really wants to be driving in London anyway? So yeah, shoot your shot. So 2 hours. You can also go towards up north if you're going towards like your Teesside Hall. I don't know if that's further from you guys or further from us. So yeah. So guys, should that they say shoot or shoot. Vanessa, what's up with you? That's what I need you guys to be doing. That's what I need you guys to be doing. This is me finally maximizing my platform
No, but do
for
you guys
something.
even know if I have bad character though?
They will find
What
out.
if the reason I'm single is because my character is bad?
If you guys want to know if she has bad character, you can come and talk to me. I can tell you. First of all, her sense of humor might not always hit, so just give her time. But it's not so. So it doesn't. She's Yoruba woman, and Yoruba women like saying things like "or there." Forget the fact that she has masters, works in this big fancy industry and all that. she will give you the funny version of Oloruburuku or there. So it might not sound like insult, but it's a Yoruba thing.
I'm
For them,
sorry.
it's a term of endearment. Is that the English? So what other bad character? If you can cook, she will go into her no, she's not lazy, but she would be laid back. So don't get angry and say, I came to visit, she not cook for me. Don't do that. She can cook and she will cook. It's just that once she has you there, she's like, oh my God, he's here. She would be sometimes too frugal or call you out on not being frugal enough. So it might annoy you if you're like a big spender. She's not. The spending should be on lands. Maybe
But this is
maybe after 3 lands, you do like a flight ticket to Barbados. That's the only time she would allow you splurge like that. Once you've increased your, I was going to say 401, but we don't do 401. Once you've increased your own private pension fund, then you can go splash. That's the type of vibe she's on. So and the reason I say those things because some of you might not say, you say, but that's good. No, when you experience it, you'll be like, this woman too tight hand. This woman not the one enjoy life. This
no,
woman is always
but
forcing me to go to gym. It's not, you might translate it, but I'm just telling you it's coming from a good place. But in terms of bad character, she has one friend that she will tell everything. And I know as a guy, you might be like, I don't want to be in the group chat. But there are 1 or 2 people she is going to tell. So, but in the midst, you need a good community not to fall. See, so guys, I'm already helping you prepare and put things in place so you don't come. It can be bad character, but you can see. I'm giving you biblical backing as to how you can handle it before you get into the space, so you know what you're doing with. We don't do potting out and bullshitting. So if that's your character type, you would say, oh, so we don't do that. So what
yeah,
other bad character
cussing
does she
puts
have?
me off.
She want to stay indoors. You go before she call you will force. You will force her. You will force her. So it's also bad character. You will force her. And then if you just do one thing like this, that maybe one time she was not feeling fine and you didn't come through for her, she might just put in her mind that, oh, in this situation, oh, I can't rely on this person. So next time you might want to do, she'll tell you, I bought the medication myself. And you'd be like, oh, but I told you I would do it. She was like, then she will not, you see what she said about 2 years now. She will not tell you that, oh, it's because of that thing. So that sometimes is a bad character. But if that happens, when she starts the relationship, she will go back to therapy. I'll send her back to therapy when that happens.
I'm sorry, but
So she will work on that. So that's some of the bad character. But I'm telling you,
you spent 5 minutes listing my bad character. Hey,
it's
shame.
not 5 minutes. I'm just saying I explained to them why they might see it as a bad character, though you're not saying per se that it is a bad character.
So all these my flaws.
Another thing. Another thing.
God,
It might take her time to be telling you, oh babe, hey babe, hey baby, I love you. Or that if you like all that sweet thing, if you do, hey babe, but give her time, she will learn. Just give her time. And this way, you as a man, you can also say, you will first they call her the one where you like. Then she will now learn to call you the one you like. And then over time, she will now be able to, use sweet words to bust your head. So the first time it might sound like Yoruba movies, sweet words, but after a while, I'm sure she'll work on it
What the hell?
and upgrade. So yeah, they know
Okay.
what I mean. So yeah, but other than I'll tell you, if you want resourceful, stable, will put
Oh
your
my
feet
God.
on the ground.
So I have good. I have good
Yes, if you
traits.
not have good, see, this is like the Christian thing. The good traits are too many. See how long it took me to think about the bad. If I list the good traits, will be here too long.
List it now so they can. You see, men.
Okay. Let
She has
me
bad character. She
let me
she keeps things, doesn't tell things. She's
wait.
stoic. She's not affectionate.
Let
She
me
doesn't leave her house. You've been counting all my
let me
flaws
give
for the
you
past
let
5
me
minutes. No, it's all
Let me
right.
give you.
No,
Let me
it's
give you
okay.
good. Wait now. Let me give you good traits. Let me give you two traits. You
Don't give me
know,
anything I don't want.
gentlemen. She carry front. If you know what
You're a
you know. And
clown.
wait, what's that other song? When you know that thing they list to be wife material. The cooking aspect. You know, I'm just letting you know. You know, I'll suffer for that area. You know, I'll suffer for that area. And I know for men, especially if it's like a Nigerian man, she didn't really say Nigerian, but if you're like very family orientated, she will hold the family down. Your extended family will be pleased. Just letting you know. And let's not even talk of the church side. Your children will be covered. So if you are not the most, if you need a bit of help to ginger you spiritually, or if you were worried that I need someone that can pray, especially in this generation, hands down. Now let's talk about making money.
God.
Uh-uh. 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 You know a woman you can say, baby, I'm traveling, and you know that you once sent, even if, by the time you even come back, the asset has appreciated.
God.
Eh? You know, and if you are like, if you're a man that wants to be spoiled, if you're a man that wants to be taken care of, if you're a man that wants to be looked after, prayed over, come on now. Come on now. What are you talking? As in this generation, come on now. I beg, leave that one. Did I forget to tell you? In the mornings, Saturday morning, it's not the one you be playing your radio, playing Yinka. She'll be playing piano. Your son, she plays the keys. She'll be singing. You'll be like Snow White. Where the bird go, they sing. You know, just gentlemen, picture this. You know, two of you went to gym. Let me not use two of you. Because she goes in the morning. So you went the night before. So she's gone to gym in the morning. And you are now waking up in the morning. You are now hearing this piano melody playing. Your daughter is singing. Your son is, and your wife is playing. You are hearing nice voices in your house. Is that not what you want to wake up to as a man? Eh? Is that not what you want to wake up to as a man?
Oh, God.
When you now come downstairs, she's the one playing the
Hey.
piano. The daughter is saying, "Mommy, teach me." You know, and your son is eating his pancake. I said, "What are we having for breakfast?" And there's plethora of options. Is that not what you want as a man? Eh? What more? Eh? Think about it. It's endless. As the industry she works in, come on now. Eh? It get wiggle. So if you do hair like this, the wig go dey zoom, 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 zoom. The wig go dey. Come on now. You know what we're talking about over here. So this episode is the Vanessa's dating profile episode. I want to thank you all for taking the time to
I can't believe you made me
to
sit
you
here
know
and turn this podcast into Hinge and Bumble.
uh, what's the point of us having a platform if we are not going to use it?
I need money.
No,
If you get the reference,
please
you know,
don't worry about that. So yeah, and to all our friends listening, when this comes out, please, you know what to do. When the clips come out, you push it so that we can post the profile, far and wide.
What makes you think
Um,
everything you've actually said is what I want or who I am?
so are you trying to tell people you lie?
Lie how? How have I lied? No, because a lot of
Because
the
when we're
stuff.
asking you
No,
questions, did you not answer? Is that not who you
no.
are?
I answered my questions, but a lot of the things on this supposed profile of mine is what you've said, not what I've said.
If any of you have ever listened to this podcast, right, and so some of you gentlemen will be your first time because you are here because you're scouting and you're ready to shoot, but Vanessa, forget that one. She said she waited 2 years. When it comes to me, she will tell me right there and then that I'm lying. So she didn't. She didn't. If you saw her reaction, some of it, she was even like almost like, "Hey, I don't expose Amata. So there was no, if there was a lie, she would have said it. That's all. That's another thing. You want someone that is honest, and once she's comfortable around you, see how she said it. She needs your shoulder. She needs your shoulder to put her head on. Come on, eh?
I thought you
You
said I
know,
wasn't I wasn't affectionate, and it takes me a while to
it
warm
does
up.
take you a while though. Am I lying? Does it not take you a while?
Maybe.
The while I'm talking about, I'm not saying 6 months now.
Yeah, fair.
I'm saying how first date, second date might be a bit like, how after that, gentlemen,
You
you
don't
know,
say Say what you want to say. Don't leave anything to anyone's imagination because before they go take as
after that, her head would be on your shoulders when you are watching movies. Nah,
if
don't
they play
start
tire.
don't start fantasizing. We don't do that over here. Thank you.
Do what?
If case they are thinking, maybe they are thinking, oh, third date, I go knack. We don't do that here.
Oh, we
So
don't knock over here. Fair. Okay.
you know, they knack for marriage, oh, but not before that. So thank you.
Honestly, guys, there's something that he didn't mention.
Which is
Well, one I have obviously I don't Christianity for me is a deal breaker.
if they are a Christian.
It's a deal breaker. Like if you're not a Christian,
Yeah,
like
we
I
started
can't.
with that now.
No,
I said,
I know, but that one was the obvious deal breaker. I have one. You can't
what was the
smoke
other one? Why would they be
anything.
so? Please, okay, if you
No,
are
no, 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 no.
oh,
Because I
whoa,
have
whoa,
a.
whoa,
I
wait,
know. Wait,
pause,
wait. I know
pause. You
way too
said you
many
can smoke
Christians.
anything.
Anything.
What about gummies, cookies, brownies?
I don't. I don't want. I don't want because I feel as though I've I've previously I don't want to put myself in trouble. I've
Can they drink
previously
though?
yes. The thing is, they can.
Guys, when we say drink, we are not saying alcoholic. Oh.
I'm
I
not.
beg,
I'm
I
not
beg, I beg.
alcohol. What do you mean, alcoholic? What else are you?
Because I said, can they drink? You said, yeah. Some people will not take, yeah, I drink my brand. I get borderline tipsy every night after
No, no,
work.
no, no,
That's
no, no,
not
no.
what we
Like
are
your
talking
that's what I'm
about.
saying. Like your relationship with alcohol, because I don't drink alcohol at all. But you can like, I'll even make you nice. I used to bartend, so I'll make you nice cocktails,
You
or whatever
see?
drinks you want. The issue I have is anything that's done in excess. So even if you're into fitness, I don't want a bodybuilder. You would drive me mad, please. But I don't do smokers and guys, and I always scream this, and I will scream it till I'm blue in the face. Well, pale because I'm black, right? You are reckless if you're an adult who doesn't know their genotype, especially if you're having sex.
Okay, so
And there
what's
is a
your genotype?
chance I'm AS. So
Oh,
I am, yeah. So I always lead with that because I'm very particular about only dating somebody who is AA. And you will have to prove it. And can I make you
they will
laugh?
have to prove it, Ke.
Yes. You have to get tested. I'm not playing. Fun fact, someone was trying to date me.
Nothing,
I'm going to,
nothing to my shoulder. Not AAIB.
oh, so you found your genotype out finally. God, good for
No,
you.
I did that like 2023. No.
Yeah, that was how old are you? Okay. So anyway, what I'm
Yeah,
trying
but
to say is
I
that
grew up in
I
Belgium. It's not something we think about. Fam. Come
yeah,
on.
but you should. If you're born anywhere that's tropical, Brazil, Jamaica, Morocco, please go get your genotype done. But I only strictly date AA, and there was someone that was trying to date me and actually got their genotype done.
So okay, so let's.
So AA, please.
Are ladies included in the application or is just men?
Ladies, oh to date. No, I'm hopelessly straight, guys. I'm sorry.
Ah, okay. So gentlemen, remember, email is
Are you actually
banter. and
Can you tell
believe
them
as
you're
in
joking?
AND believe at gmail.com.
Are you being for
If you
real?
want
Like
to
this,
know
we're
more
not
about
trolling.
Vanessa, I think it's after the 30th mark of this episode is when we start talking about the dating profile. Put in the title "Should or Shoot" as the
Shoot or
title.
shoot. Shoot.
Yeah, shoot or shoot. Vanessa, what's up with you? Put that in the title, and if you know your genotype, put the genotype in the email as well. Um, Set a date. Bonus mark if you already put a date for if you already send a date as in for when you will take her on a date. We'll start doing dates from middle of June. Yeah, don't worry. The podcast will be on a break during the summer, so
What
Saturdays
makes you
should be
even
free.
think I'm single though?
At the moment, she is single.
And you're sure
There you
of
go.
that?
That's your answer. So if you don't send the email on time and she's taken by then, my apologies. So yeah, thank you for for tuning into this episode. We were very tired in the beginning, but you see, this is what we do, guys. I can't believe we've been so committed to this podcast that we're shooting on a Monday. Um,
Yeah.
and the first season one is almost over. So it's this episode. There's one more episode, and then the season finale of season one of the Banter and Belief podcast. That is crazy to say. We started in October last year. Um, I think we have over 600 plays on Spotify. I don't even know how many we actually technically have on. What's the other one called?
Apple.
On Apple. We just started YouTube, but YouTube would be mostly what we'll publish on during the break. So yeah, this, so and I think it's very fitting that we use one of the last episode to just focus on Van, and let's shed the spotlight on her, because she deserves it. She deserves it. See, I'm ready to come. Well, do your wedding like maybe next year or end of next year. Financially, I don't know if I'm ready yet.
I'm not getting married end of next year. It's gonna be quicker than that. Sorry.
Ah, okay. I will get my act and my finances together so that I can, properly show up and show out at the wedding, So I look forward to that. All the stuff you have to do. Let me attempt to be Van today. So please, first of all, thank you. And thank you to that gentleman who, decided to be useful, on your on your TikTok. Your last post said, you are not perfect and God is helping you. So I thank God for using you to bring interaction onto our post and in turn help our follower growth on TikTok. But guys, you can find us on TikTok at Banter and Belief Pod. You can find us on Instagram at Banter and Belief Pod, YouTube now at Banter and Belief Pod as well. Videos will be coming out and shorts will be coming out as well soon. We'll let you know when that happens. Yeah, and thank you. I think we have like 100, almost 100 on Instagram, almost 400 on TikTok, 20 on YouTube. We are appreciative of this. We do not take it
Thank you,
for
honestly, guys. Thank
granted.
you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, it
We
it
feel
is
the
it is
love.
encouraging, So
Mhm.
yeah, and yeah, we're on Twitter as well, but I do not come onto that space. So yeah. Thank you all. I think next week episode you guys will enjoy as well.
Yes,
So we can
you
tell
guys
you
will
that
enjoy.
because it's been pre-recorded. So you have that to look forward to. And have a good rest of the week. And we'll speak to you soon. Shoot or shoot. Vanessa, what's up with you? That's what I want to see in my emails, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good week. Van, you want to let them hear your voice before, just give them one more though so they know. Do you want to give them
Uh,
like bedroom voice preview, or is that exclusive for after like second date? Or it's only available once they become in the relationship. I don't know. Anything you want to do,
Now
just
you
go for
find
it.
out when you find out. All right. But
Mm,
thank you guys.
mm. She goes, I bit tease you. That's the thing you know. Mm.